Still on security matters, a coalition of civil society groups on Monday protested to the office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, demanding that killer headsmen be proclaimed as a terrorist organization. The group stated it started its procession from the Unity Fountain in Abuja and marched to the office of the Attorney General to present a letter written to the Minister of Justice.
The protests, spearheaded by the Coalition in Defense of Nigerian Democracy and Constitution and our Mumudan Do movement, had initial altercations with the police at the Unity Fountain, where the protesters were meant to gather before the procession. After being denied access to gather at the Unity Fountain, the protesters marched to the office of the AGF to present their letter.
I'm extremely concerned that the survival of Nigeria is currently being threatened by the atrocities of killer herdsmen in the country. On a daily basis, innocent Nigerians are being slaughtered in different parts of the country. In 2018 alone, hundreds of innocent Nigerians have been cut down by this group, and hundreds of communities have been affected by its wanton destructions of human lives and properties. So much so that President Muhammadu Buhari, our president, had to publicly declare during his recent visit to United Kingdom and United States of America that Nigeria is under the invasion of killer herdsmen from Libya. It is, however, instructive to admit for effective actions and intervention that there cannot be infiltration into the country by external forces without internal collaborators.
The injustice that it is being done in some part of the country, the killings going all over in the country is our own major concern, and we want to put a stop to it.
Minister of Justice, commenced the process of designating killer headsmen as terrorists. You understand? Just like the same manner in which they did for the IPOB. Because the Ministry of Justice, is the only statutory organ of government that is empowered by law to do so.
The protesters say it is time for the federal government to take a decisive step on the killer herdsmen, as pronouncing it a terrorist group will help Nigeria get international and regional support to address the issue.
Any man that carries a gun, whether you're licensed or you're not licensed, and you enter a village, you enter people's house, you go to a farm, and you begin to kill and shoot, you are a terrorist. What are they supposed to be called? You go and name people that are fighting for peace, terrorists. At least you don't want to name them terrorists. Who are they? What are they? What should we call them? When you mutilate people's children and you destroy lives, you are a terrorist.
People from outside Nigeria, terrorists from outside outside Nigeria, and they cannot put a stop to it. People are invading our country, and they sit down there to talk, and they cannot protect us. Then why are they in government if they can't protect us?
The letter was received on behalf of the AGF by a director who promised to deliver the letter to the appropriate office.
When I saw your group and I inquired to know what it was all about, thank God you've been able to make your presentation, and I promise you that I'm going to give it directly to the Attorney General through the Solicitor General of the Federation, who is my boss. You will hear from them in due course.
The coalition promised more protests in the coming days to ensure justice is done to the people affected by herdsmen brutality in the northeast and north-central Nigeria.